biscuit and a stupid watch. Don't make me put a biscuit out, the shit get stupid watch. Since when they sell Rolex at a BB spots? Goddamn, man, I could never tell you. I ain't rolling with no fucking tools, but we come and drill you. Two styrofoam cups up, we gon' come and spill you. When the bill due, young dude, we gon' come to bill you. I pulled up to the chicken spot, got a 6-piece, one biscuit and a stupid watch. Yeah, I pulled up to the chicken spot, got a 6-piece, one biscuit and a stupid watch. I got a bad bitch, curly thing, you must think I'm stupid, huh? We ain't stupid now, well educated. Filet o fish, niggas never seen the fish. Pulled up to the chicken spot, got a 6-piece, one biscuit and a stupid watch. Silly, I pulled up to the chicken spot, got a 6-piece, one biscuit and a stupid watch. For really, yeah, I get much and plenty. Most your niggas still in the well, ruthless. Some of them niggas toothless, they ain't got nothing to live for, they shoot shit. And we talking about the beat, pull up in around your block like a motherfucking fire spit. And nigga, we ain't camping, nah, man, this shit intense. Heard you talking shit on the block, but what's your intent? Pussy nigga, yeah.
Yo. This week we got our boy Jake Daniels on to chop it up about some hip hop. But before we bring Jake on, y'all already know we got Anthony Cannon and Sheridan Crane with me every week.
It's Veterans Day.
See my wrist with my name on the face.
It's Veterans Day. Shout out to my pops and anybody that served this country before. You know, I'm gonna see him later, bring him a sub or something, thank him for his service. I'm doing well. It's type early.
Glad to link up with Don Pablo. We made some music, which I'm really excited about. I got a song with Dre V. I just got a verse back from him. Jake actually produced it. I've been working like nonstop. It's really just I work on music.
Dope collabs and like
yeah.
We've been home for months and we decided to work with everybody in 2 weeks.
Well, it's getting close to the time I gotta leave again. I'm going back in January.
MBK, Richie, Process, Dre, Don Pablo, Blaine, Process,
Alonzo.
Me, Alonzo.
Damn.
Team Melly.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
Now that you list it out, that is crazy.
That's crazy.
You're gonna need to drop a featuring Sheridan album.
And so me and Corey haven't recorded it yet, but me and Corey also have a song.
Dope stuff together for Live for Your Timeline 2. That's a really exciting thing that we've got coming on. Excited to start talking about it. That's coming on November 28th. Each sponsor is done to help contribute to that show. The rest of that we have, and the rest of what we have planned up. So with all that said, let's bring on our guest, a 2-time competition episode winner. Probably would be a 3-time, but the first episode he flexed with a beat. Jake Daniels, how you doing, my man?
Yo, I'm good. It's crazy to be on here, bro, because I feel like I've been working with Sheridan and Ant for like a while now, and I'm like, I really like appreciate the grind for the upstate in general. So just to be on here is a blessing.
No, it's beautiful, bro. Besides how talented of an artist you are and how much music we consistently play on the show, is commenting, listening to other people's music, just chopping it up in conversation. So this was a must.
Helping give advice through the comments, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff, helping out other artists too. So it was like long overdue almost at this point. You picked up 2 dubs. It was like, we got to get Jake on, you know? So
yeah,
I'm glad music, some mainstream music and all that stuff. But before we get into all that, every week we talk about what we've been streaming. So Jake, we'll start with you. What have you been streaming this week in terms of like anything on Netflix, any movies, any music?
Bro, I've been streaming so much music this past week. Dude, it's been crazy. Like, I've been streaming the new Bronson record with Jaron Benton. I've been streaming Ant's Cartel like nonstop. I've been streaming unreleased Sheridan tracks like crazy because he's got stuff. I've been streaming who else? Matthew Cornwell. I've been streaming non-locally. I've been checking out like some King Von stuff. I've been checking out who else? I've been checking out like some underground stuff too, like this girl named Upsaw. But yeah, tons of stuff, man.
Cool. What type of music does Upsaw make?
Kind of like alternative. I would say like alternative pop. Really, it's like super heavy bass lines, crisp vocals, no effects really, just like straight.
Link me some stuff.
Yeah, I will for sure. I will for
It
sure.
sounds like some stuff Sheridan would like. You know,
For
I've been
sure.
I definitely streamed some King Von due to his untimely demise. You know, I'm not the biggest King Von fan, at least before he passed. He had a couple joints that I fucked with, but to pay homage, you know, I bumped a lot of his Spotify. He's got a bunch of bangers. Besides that, nothing too new. Actually, I haven't been listening to much new music. I've been going back to that Busta Rhymes album, Crazy.
Bro, that's
especially-
crazy. So
especially-
good.
Yeah, the deluxe. I mean, to have a classic album 30 years into the game, and maybe it's not a classic, but a debatable classic, like a classic
Yeah.
worthy.
Yeah, it's classic worthy for sure. It's
Third-
debatable for sure.
third-
I love it.
Oh my God.
I love it, and that's honestly the Busta, the Common album. Other than that, I haven't been listening to too much new music. I'm still going back to the Ty Dolla $ign album. The Gorillaz dropped a new album. I haven't listened to all of it yet, just because I haven't had the time. But the song with Schoolboy Q is crazy fire. It's so fire. But other than that, I've honestly been like working on so much of my own music that I've just been listening to my own music a lot. Like just trying to, cause like a lot of it's unfinished mixes, and I'm just trying to hear what I want different about it, and that's really what I've been locked in on. So I haven't even like, I usually have like 10 new albums a week that I listen to. In the last probably 2 months, I maybe listen to 2 new albums a week.
Yeah, I'm
Dang.
surprised you haven't talked about how you were streaming that new Kodak Black last night. You
I haven't listened. I didn't even hear about it, honestly.
sleeping
Yeah,
on your
Kodak dropped
boy,
the
bro. I was streaming that last night. It's not for me, so I'm not gonna sit here and hype it up. But it was all right. I haven't really
Is
been
it because
streaming a whole.
Kodak's not for you?
No, I like some Kodak music. I just didn't really like the beginning of this album. At least it's not really there for me.
Okay.
There really hasn't been a whole lot of new music I've been checking out. I did check out the new Saint Kid track, Location, because I've been bumping that a lot prior because of the competition episode, so I had to get that some streams. Been listening to Process's album still a lot, and otherwise,
Oh,
really...
yo. Dude, I just got to shout out Process. Not to cut you off, Andrew,
Nah,
but
you're good.
bro, Process sent me that link, dude. Oh my gosh. I'm baffled, bro. I'm like, how's this dude not famous? Like, I don't
Yep.
understand, bro.
He said,
And I'm glad to see that the project is at least doing well for a local in terms of streams and stuff, but it's definitely deserves so much more than that. So if you haven't gotten a chance to check it out, definitely go check it out. I haven't really been streaming a whole lot in terms of new TV or anything like that either. I did follow the meme on Facebook about checking out the old Harry Potters in order, but other than that, I haven't really been up to much, man. It's been busy, so I've been busy working. There's been a lot of new local music that's come out, though. Blaine has stayed busy. I don't understand how we can mention Blaine almost every week, and not only is he dropping one track, it's like 2 or 3. But apparently this week, Blaine dropped I don't even know how to say this, Ansi, and You Say Go. We got Cartel from Ant officially released onto streaming services. Another track from Blaine called Dash in the Dark Night. So he had 3 tracks this week. Dustin and T. Melly dropped a track titled Numb. As I mentioned, we got Location from Saint Kid, My Time from Young Finito, and Have It All from Tyesco. Blaine also dropped America. As I go through this list, this man is so busy.
4 songs.
Yes, 4, and that's what's crazy is like just a week or 2 ago he dropped like 4 tracks as well. So
Yeah.
dude is so busy. Someone else
so
is always busy.
busy.
Ryan Bronson, you mentioned this track dropped this week with Jaron Benton and our NRG.
I
So-
hope that
Go
Blaine's
ahead.
release schedule and how consistent he's being is leading to an increase in numbers and people actually following him, because these are honestly like really good songs that he's dropping. It's a new level for Blaine. Like it's what he's been doing, but to release consumers that haven't heard his unreleased shit. You feel me?
He's locking in.
I hope he's locking in. I just hope that he's releasing these in a way that is building each of them. You feel me? I hope he's not letting the clip go, because Jesus, he's probably dropped 15 tracks in the past month or 2. You feel me? All quality.
Yeah. He's been
Yeah.
going crazy.
It's
Blaine's
very
music a lot.
impressive what he's done in terms of just the amount of quality content that he's released. But I do agree, and I hope that people are checking for it, because it can be tough to check for that much content from one artist every couple weeks. I think it might be better to kind of go the Ryan Bronson route of 1 or 2 tracks a week instead of 4 every 2 weeks. Because I think that 4 is generally like a solid size for like an EP. Like that could easily be an EP. And
Right.
if you're gonna release an EP, maybe do that once every couple months. Yeah, I know, that's what I mean. He just dropped an EP. This is essentially another EP, almost weeks later. I think if you're gonna do something like that, maybe spread it out a month or 2 months. That's like, he's so busy. He wants to release the content. I just hope that people are checking for it. So
Exactly. Exactly. It would just be a shame to not be getting the recognition and progression that you should see after continuously dropping stuff like this.
yeah,
Facts.
I'm not gonna lie. I didn't recognize he had dropped 4 tracks until I went through this list that is put together by 607 Sound. Shout out to 607 Sound for doing this every week and putting it out, because it helps me stay up to date. So it can be, I can't blame the regular consumer for not knowing that Blaine dropped 4 tracks if it's hard for even me to know. And that's not to say I know everything that's going on in Upstate either, but still it can be easier to overlook.
No
But
doubt.
not a bad thing. It's all quality content at the end of the day. Also want to shout out Ty Burst and Scoff. They dropped a new video titled Outsiders. There was another video from Ryder Sincere. Everything Bloody. It was a busy-ass week, as you can see from the local scene. T. Mako dropped Machiavelli the tape. And Kane Wave dropped Blue Moon album. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff dropping.
Yeah, man. Upstate's been busy all fucking pandemic. Let's put it like that.
That's a fact, and they're staying busy because we got Corey Loveless and JJ Wolf dropping. JJ's dropping in the next couple weeks, and then Corey's dropping a couple weeks after that. So,
I'm excited for that Corey, bro. Corey, like I first heard Corey on here on Upstate Aesthetic, and I was super impressed. I was like, yo, this kid is crazy. He's got so much potential, man. So much.
And
he's gotten so much better. Yeah. He's just always getting better. Like every time I come and like hear a new song from him, I'm like, damn, this is probably better than the last song I heard from you.
Right.
And that's like really what I look for from an artist like him, especially. And Anthony doesn't expect quite as much, and I'm probably a little like selfish for this, but I'm like, damn, I want every track to be better. Like the next one's gotta be better than the last one. Right. And Corey's one of the only artists who really does that with me. Like it's crazy.
And I don't see it stopping anytime soon. He's gonna continue to grow. I just want to take a second to shout out Process, Corey, and JJ Wolf. They all rep the same clique. You feel me? Dim 136 seems like they're trying to take stronghold control of the end of 2020. You feel me? So
that's why I'm excited for what I like. They know we're excited for the Corey project, but JJ's project, I'm super excited for it because he's been quiet. He's been very quiet and working. Like you said, his feature on Process's project is one of my favorite songs on the project. So I'm very excited for what he's got coming, and Corey too. Like, so I'm very interested. I think that Upstate has a lot of interesting stuff coming, and that's just a small sample size. Those two are definitely not the only two dropping come the end of the year. I've been surprised by different albums every week from new artists that I wasn't totally up on. So,
for sure.
We got some interesting stuff to talk about this week. The first topic, we kind of mentioned it a little bit already in terms of what we've been streaming. It's definitely not an exciting topic to get to, but one that we got to talk about. King Von passed away. If you're unfamiliar with who King Von is, he's an artist out of Chicago. He's been on the rise for a while. His new album, Welcome to O Block, debuted at number 13 on this week's Billboard 200. And then he got into a situation with an opposing crew in Atlanta, ended up getting shot and passing away. It's been a really unfortunate situation. We'll probably talk about the sad stuff first, but I do have a positive take at the end, I guess. So we'll start with Jake. What were your thoughts on this?
It's just tragic, man. It's tragic. Like, personally, for me, I never heard of him before this. So it's like, it's just sad, bro, because, like, you know, even if I'm not like a super fan of the music, like, it's just sad to see, you know, another person who's talented, just like, you know, a life gone too soon kind of deal. So it's like, and plus, bro, we've lost so many so quick within, like, you know, past few years. So it's just like, one after the other. But I mean, I checked out the project and I was just sad. I was like, man, this dude's got like banger after banger. So it's like, it's just sad, man. It's really sad to see.
Yeah, man. From the music aspect, it's just awful. Like Jake said, we're losing somebody every month. And
So much.
I talked about this briefly on Instagram, like a little video that I posted, and I genuinely believe it. And I gotta preface it with like, I don't want to put this energy out there. I don't want to jinx or be like, it should have been this. But whenever you hear of a prominent artist in hip hop dying these days, it's always a very young dude. It's always one of these newer cats that just started to see some sort of success, is a baby in the industry. It's never one of these 40, you never hear of a 55 or 50-year-old OG at the club getting into a scuffle and dying, you feel me? Or overdosing on pills, besides like Pimp C, like RIP. The young generation, this new coming of rap, I don't know what it is, or if it's just the circumstances of the world we live in today, but everybody seems to be in danger, and King Von more than others, you feel me? It's not like you could just say every rapper has the same type of threat to their life that King Von did. You put yourself willingly in situations in danger, stuff might happen. It doesn't mean he should have. He got killed the week his debut album dropped.
Right.
He will never be able to see any type of success from that. He got his first 100 grand, took it to the crib and split it with his bros. You feel me? 10 racks for 10 racks. Here you go. Here you go. Here you
Crazy.
go. Like I don't know. And I'm not the largest King Von fan. Like when Crazy Story came out, I heard it the day it dropped. I loved it. And then I was like, oh, he's repeating the same flows, blah, blah, blah. He's not crazy to me. It was nothing crazy. But after listening to his project, the morning that King Von died, bro, I woke up at 8:45 on my day off, just turned on YouTube and started watching random videos. King Von videos started popping up. I watched 3 15-minute, I watched the before he was famous, and then I watched some independent shit where they just talked about his life, and then I watched some shit talking about his charges that he's beaten in the past. I turn on Facebook and see he had just gotten shot 5 minutes ago. Bro, I was like, what? Like, so to be tuned in watching stuff, and I was engaged for almost an hour, and I'm not even a huge fan of him musically, you feel me? To turn on my phone right after turning off those videos and seeing he just got shot, it was weird for me. Whenever an artist gets killed or shot, it hits me different. Just because I put myself in the shoes, you feel me? And I just can't imagine not being alive. Like, those last moments, it's awful, you feel me?
Right.
So prayers out to King Von, prayers out to his family, anybody stressing over the death of him, because it really is a loss. And we got to do something as a hip-hop community. I don't know what we can do.
We're losing bro. We're losing way too many, bro. It's violence, it's drugs, it's a deeper issue than all that, though. It's deeper than the violence, than drugs.
I agree, but I don't think it's necessarily so much worse comparable to the past. I just think that people are getting on quicker more than they were in the past. Like, there's just more artists, you know what I mean, in general.
Yeah.
So, and it's kind of an evolution of the problems as well in terms of drug use and violence and stuff like that. Like, it's just gotten worse. It really hasn't been addressed. So obviously it will continue to get worse. And it sucks. Like, this whole situation really does suck. Like, it's such a bummer, and it's a consistent problem that keeps happening with young artists. And like you said, I feel like the problem is when you're a younger artist, when you're newer to the game, you don't know how to move. You're moving really dumb. At the end of the day, is the best way to put it in terms of situations like this. Like what happened to Pop, he just wasn't moving smart. The situation with King Von, I don't know what happened, but from what I've seen, people were talking about he wasn't being himself that night. He was acting ways he normally wouldn't in terms of getting into a violent situation and not being protected at the time. So right. I feel like artists are young or they're new to the game and they don't know what they're getting into, and they fuck up, and it's literally a life or death mistake. The same thing as Lil Peep, the same thing as Juice, as Mac, these younger artists and Mac wasn't a younger artist, but these artists who are messing around with shit that literally, if you make the wrong mistake, can take your life. And it's not just artists who are doing it. It's the whole community, the whole kind of generation of my age and a little bit younger who continue to fuck with this stuff. And it's stuff that if you make a mistake with it, it's going to cost you your life. If you're fucking with Zans and stuff every day, it's fun today, but you could be gone tomorrow because you're playing a game that could be deadly. If you're messing with gangs and stuff, it's fun today, but you could be gone tomorrow because it could be deadly. So that's what you have to look at.
You get $1 million, you have to put the bullshit aside, bro.
Yeah, that's a fact. You gotta be done. Like,
that's hard though if you're not already looking to put the bullshit aside before you got the $1 million. Because once you got the $1 million, it makes the bullshit way more fun. You know what I mean?
Right.
But
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, Vaughn was awaiting for trial before Son was a famous rapper. You feel me? He had Dirk in his corner. He knew he was coming out to a situation. He wasn't a rapper before he started rapping. I think if the story I heard is correct, he started rapping because Dirk told him, "Stay your ass out of prison. You need to do something productive. I'm right here. I have this alley and this platform. If you do something, we could do it together." And he dropped his first song and it blew the fuck up.
Right.
That happens, dog. That has to be the beginning of the transcendence. Like you can take somebody out the hood. You can't take the hood out of that person. That's a fact. But that doesn't mean you have to be in the, like, I don't know. Vaughn was a real nigga. You feel me? He was gonna scuff it. It's not like beating somebody.
He was about what he talked about, and
he was beating somebody's ass, and it led to his life getting taken from him.
Yeah,
and that's just kind of what I mean too. Is like I think he just was moving different that night. And maybe because he was in a different city, maybe it's because he was interacting with another artist. He thought another artist wouldn't put themselves in that deep of a position. I don't know exactly what it is, but obviously something happened where he let his guard down and didn't move the way he naturally would, and it cost him his life. And it's just a moment of one night like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you guys think, though, because, like, they are younger artists sometimes that they're just so used to it, so they don't think like, oh, my life can be gone tomorrow kind of deal. They're just like, oh, let me just do this for the night, you know?
I don't know. I feel like Vaughn knew.
I think Vaughn is a different breed. You feel me? He really lived what he rapped about, and he had gone through multiple different situations that were probably worse than this in his mind before getting to the altercation. You just never realize that all it takes is one altercation. You feel me? It's that one. I don't think he was scared. You feel me? I don't think he was worried when he threw a punch. Like, if I'm gonna get shot and die. You feel me? He was trying to do whatever he did. It just ultimately led to his death. So I agree. I think that the lack of foresight and the newness of just being in the game and kind of removed from the hood only a little bit, maybe that definitely leads to the mentality. But you're not going to see Dirk in the streets get into a fist fight. You feel, hopefully,
facts,
knock on wood. But that comes with being in the game for a couple years. I know he's working this hard.
I will say, I think it's like I remember when we were talking about Dirk and 6ix9ine beefing weeks ago, and I said they need to get away from this. Like if they need to not be doing this, because this is what 6ix9ine does. 6ix9ine is only gaining from this. That type of shit was hurting King Von and Lil Durk. And I just think that type of shit, like you said, once you get to that level, you can't act like that anymore. It's there's just no reason to.
Yeah, I think people do it for the clout sometimes. Actually, I think people do it for the clout a lot of times.
Oh yeah, no.
I think at some point when they get to that level, there also comes a point where he's made his career. What made him was speaking on the stuff he did. If he stops doing that, does he lose his career? What can he speak on? For an artist who didn't even start out rapping, was encouraged to rap to get out of the streets, what do you rap about once you're out of the streets?
I hear what you're saying, bro, but if that led into it, if he was thinking, oh, I have this image to uphold that I've made through rap, he probably would have just pulled out his gun and started busting off in the air. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
Like at that, he wouldn't have tried to. That's where I think just being a real nigga comes into play. Like he was, you get $1 million, and at your core, I don't know what happened, so I don't even like speaking on the situation too much. But you come from that. You're not gonna let somebody disrespect you. You're not gonna let somebody attack you if you're on the defense. You feel me? Like this could have been anything. Every account that I've read, and I even saw the video, unfortunately. It really just seems like Vaughn was in a fight and winning, and his boys weren't around to watch what the dude he was doing. Ended up shooting him, and that was really that. Some people even left Vaughn. You feel me? There was somebody who came up to him, but a couple of his boys dipped on him, and I'm sure none of them other dudes are famous rappers. You feel me? I'm sure Vaughn's paying the tab to every club and restaurant they go to.
True.
All the travel in the hotel. And not that you have to risk your life because of that, but how are you letting this man bleed out on the ground and he's taking care of you? You feel me? Like, I watched Sue Surf talk about this situation. And shout out Sue Surf. He's a battle rapper that's seen some industry success in rap. So it's dope. And he had some really good takeaways. I didn't agree with everything he said, but essentially, like, why are you screaming gang and scared to do gang shit? How are you letting your man's bleed out on the floor right now, and you got an O Block chain on your neck? You feel me? That he bought and paid for. O Block what? Like he said, I wish a nigga would go back to my mother and tell her that somebody killed me and you was there. She gonna kill you right there. Like you getting done on the spot. That's it. I don't know. I feel horrible for Vaughn's family. I feel horrible for Lil Durk. And I feel horrible for a lot of people involved. I'm sure there's folks in Ithaca claiming Vaughn as if they're in the streets of Chicago right now. I know people out in Ithaca crying when King Vaughn died. So I know how deeply his city was affected by it. I just hate turning on the news and seeing shit like this.
Facts.
Yep.
Couple things I want to say before we close up this one. Sheridan mentioned him, but fuck 6ix9ine, fuck T.I. for both of their takes on this situation. I'm not going to expound on why, but just fuck
What
them.
did Scott say?
I agree.
T.I. just had some dumb shit to say about I don't know, I don't want to quote it exactly, but just something about if you got beef, don't come killing in my city. And then tried to backtrack like crazy, acting like it wasn't about Vaughn at all. So just fuck T.I. because you don't post that the day after and it wasn't about Vaughn. Like,
Crazy.
stand 10 toes deep in that one, bro. Like, what are you doing?
T.I.'s going down bad, bro.
How is it not about Vaughn if they killed him in your city? If that exactly what you said? It's about everybody, not just one person. You feel me? Like that. You gotta stand on it.
And then in terms of the positive thing I want to talk about, and the only positive I could pull from this that I read this morning, is Vaughn apparently owned his masters and everything. So everything he will make off of this project, Welcome to O Block, will go back to his family and will go to his kids. So don't let people play you. Don't let people do any of that clown shit where it's like, oh, you weren't a fan of Vaughn, you can't listen now. Listen more now, because this is what will help contribute to his family. Be a bigger fan to Vaughn now than you would have been before, because everything is going to contribute to his 2 kids that he's got. So that's the only good takeaway I could take from this, is that Vaughn, he still owned the masters to what he had going on. I think they said that his manager said his deal he had was only a commitment deal. So once he recoups the funds for that project, everything goes back to his family and kids. So
That's super fire, bro. That's super fire.
And for a new artist like Vaughn, that's unheard of. So, like you said, go stream the album. 2020 has been a rough year for everybody around the world. You feel me? Not just America, but it's been crazy in the hip hop community. So, blessings to everybody. Be safe. Just make smart decisions. And condolences to everybody involved.
facts, and don't let the media play up the hype either. That's what this next topic more so is related to than the topic itself. I don't know if you guys saw, but there was some celebrity basketball game over the weekend. There was some beef that broke out between Jack Harlow's crew and Russ's crew, and the outlets were talking about how there was a little tussle between them.
Yo.
And then Russ came out and tweeted and was like, yo, first of all, I wasn't even in the video. Jack fouled one of my teammates, and they got to scuffling for 30 seconds, and that was it. And so my biggest takeaway from this is it's just kind of annoying the way outlets will take anything and try and spin it into something. And while this is like a simple kind of jokey thing, shit like this, when it is more related to the black community in hip hop, can turn serious.
I mean, in any community, you feel me? In any community, Jack and Russ both have huge platforms. You know, if double XL makes a statement saying, "Oh, Russ attacked Jack," or vice versa, now Russ
right, and I don't want to act like it's strictly a race thing. My point is when media outlets talk about, like, if there was a king, if there was any rappers that were black doing this, you know what I mean? They hype it up 10 times more.
I mean, they did it with Rondo and Vaughn, even though somebody did lose their life. You feel me? Like, what I was trying to say is Jack, Russ both have platforms. If Double XL says Russ just attacked Jack Harlow and nobody knows the actual story, Russ performs in Kentucky or Louisville, where Jack Harlow's from, you can have an insane fan literally try to kill Russ. Fucks with Jack Harlow enough, you feel me? And that's what just hyped up this Quando Rondo and King Von situation to be. I don't know if Quando Rondo had anything to do with it, but I guarantee you won't find him in Chicago, because the fucking world thinks he had everything to do with it. And that's dangerous. They are playing with people's lives at the end of the day. I didn't want to make it out that you were making it just a race thing. I just wanted to be clear that it's all inclusive and it could happen to anybody with a platform.
No, I appreciate it, because it's a struggle to explain it the right way. But like I said, it's more like when outlets are talking about serious situations, street-related situations, more than a basketball game, that's when shit gets real serious, I guess. But even with a basketball game, like you said, it can go. Yeah.
Like, why are hip hop outlets talking about street situations in the first place? Like they instigated Tupac and Biggie's beef so crazy back in the day, dog. This isn't new, and I saw you post about it recently. Just the salaciousness. It's all about clicks and ad revenue. Unfortunately, it's not new, but it's just as shitty as ever. It's leading to just as many people's demise as it ever was. You feel me? It's horrible.
Yeah, I think too, bro. It's like it's normalized now. You know what I mean? Like, you go on Snapchat, you scroll through the things, bro. You see the craziest story. I'm like, yo, these are all fake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like,
but
they'll
some
just
people
throw
believe
some stuff
them.
up
That's
on
the
there.
problem.
I know. It's because I think I'm not hating on the younger generation at all, bro. So don't take it the wrong way. But like, I feel like a lot of the younger generation is super naive, and they'll just be like, "Oh, this is true, so I'm gonna post it on all my socials to get clicks and blah 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 blah." You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. Those boomers are the same way. My grandpa be sharing some Trumpy shit.
I agree, bro. I feel like
it's just different shit. It's just different. It's a different type of shit.
Very susceptible to low quality information.
And
I don't know what you're talking about. All them Snapchat things are true, bro.
Yo, you're tripping, bro.
I read them, bro. They're all real. I swear to God.
Now, and to a point you were making, though, in terms of how they will take the situation, they've even taken the situation with Quando Rondo, and now outlets are reporting that maybe Lil Durk bought out all of the seats to his show and shit like that. And it's like, shit like that is the corny shit that you're right, that I talked about, in terms of the media will just take some stupid shit and try and run with it and create more drama. Like, instead of trying to stop the problem, the media is adding fuel to that problem. No matter which way you look at it, whether it's true, whether it's not, it's just creating more problems for people who don't need more problems.
Yeah, it's all entertainment, bro. At the end of the day, it's just like, you know, to them it is. To them it is, for sure. To us, we're just sitting here like, yo, what is going on? Are you guys crazy? You know what I mean? But like, oh my gosh, here we go.
City Girls just sent a wild shot at Lil Uzi Vert.
I no.
Wild shot at Lil Uzi Vert.
This
Yeah,
man.
Will T.I. regret these comments?
T.I. regrets these comments already. I forget what I was about to say because Sheridan rudely interrupted with Snapchat. Nah, fucking with you. What's the next topic looking like, Drew?
The next topic we got is a little bit more interesting. Well, a little interesting. Partynextdoor tweeted and then deleted one more album left. Then I'm gonna tell y'all what it's like. There's a lot of speculation going on that this has to do with him being signed to OVO, and once he's done with this album, his commitment to OVO will be done, and he will start shitting on his time with Drake. I don't know that I necessarily buy into that. There's also speculation that it just has to do with the lack of appreciation from media outlets. There was he had an outburst on social media earlier this year about not being nominated for some BET awards, and also deleted those. So my biggest thing that I want to talk about here is just, what do you think about artists doing stuff like this in general, in terms of like tweeting stuff out about their album, deleting it, and then just leaving it to speculation for fans? Like, now it's up to fans to figure out, is he mad at Drake? Like,
Sheridan said
Partynextdoor can do whatever he wants.
It depends on if Sheridan likes him or not. That's hilarious.
he makes the rules.
You're human at the end of the day, and a lot of people don't even, like, there's multiple people that have access to your Twitter account tweeting all the time. So a lot of the tweets that you see from these accounts aren't even them actually posting them, you feel me? So when they do get behind them and they tweet and they go on their human shit and they speak as if they're not an artist, they just are a human, they backtrack on it because they remember it's a business and somebody gets in their ear and tells them to. Unfortunately, people screenshot fucking everything, and deleting it does nothing. At this point, I feel like unless you deleted it in the first second, then you unless you immediately.
I think less people, like, I didn't hear about this, and if he still had it up, I probably would have heard about it.
But you heard about it right now. That's what you just heard about it, son. Like, I'm telling you, somebody is gonna get that screenshot. So I just feel like whatever you tweet in this modern day age, if you have a platform, you have to be ready to stand on it. You feel me? You gotta be ready.
I agree. My only thing is, like, bro, like, I just feel like you gotta, if it's you tweeting it, or even like your management team or whatever, you gotta just think for a second, bro. You gotta think like, okay, what's the repercussions of this? What am I, you know what I'm saying? The backlash, whatever. Because like we were just talking about, the media can take one tweet and be like, oh, Partynextdoor, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? And just blow it up.
It's leaving OVO. There's tensions with him and Drake, blah, blah. Like,
Exactly.
But to be honest, there probably is. There probably is some sort of tension, but I don't know, so I can't speak on it. I'm not a huge Partynextdoor fan, but I think he's an amazing artist. He makes great music. It's just not what I listen to when I'm by myself. I check it out when he drops it. I never understood why he wasn't respected, kind of like his peers, because his music, to me at least, is comparable, if not better, than a lot of his counteracts. You feel me? The people that are making music aside him. And so his star status, he's not mentioned.
He writes for everybody. He writes for everybody.
He feels like those should be his songs. You feel me? Maybe there's something in OVO telling him ghostwrite these. Maybe give this to Drake, give this to The Weeknd. You feel me? Do this and that.
My thing though is, like, even with the OVO situation, I don't know if this is the case. This is just my take on it, but like, with the OVO thing, I feel like you're under Drake, right? Drake is like one of the biggest artists in the whole entire world, right? So it's like, if you're under his label, yes, you're going to get popping, but are you going to blow up to the point that you deserve? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
No one has. I mean, honestly, if you look at, in terms of people that have signed under Drake, it really hasn't happened. It more so happens from a Drake feature or something like that.
But it works with something.
The Weeknd is not signed to OVO. He's signed to RCA, I believe.
Was he ever signed under Drake?
Nah.
No, he's EXO. He's EXO.
Yeah, he's got
he and Nav are EXO.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So they were supposed to partner. This is years ago, bro. Like way back. But they were supposed to partner like with his EXO and OVO, and they had a thing going, but the contracts never got signed. I don't know what happened, but.
Look at Drake. His star status is undeniable. He is one of the biggest artists in the world. But if you
Mhm.
look at Spotify right now, The Weeknd is the #1 streaming artist in the
That's
world.
what I'm saying, though.
Like,
That's what I mean. It's
Yeah.
That's
like,
why it was the Weeknd would arguably have been making a huge mistake to sign under Drake.
right,
Like
right.
it would have been the worst mistake of his career. He's
Mm.
doing better numbers than Drake right now, currently. Not
That's
he's
what I'm
a
saying.
bigger star than Drake.
Well, he dropped the album this year though.
Yeah, I mean, but when Drake drops Certified Lover Boy, we'll see if the numbers stay the same. You
And
feel
Drake
me?
did drop a project that got a million
Yeah, but that
sales in
was-
total, bro. You can't just pretend like that's nothing.
Well, yeah, but that was a
you
mixtape of
saw how
like
he tried
random
to do that.
songs that he didn't really even promote.
He just tried to really give Drake some slack right there. I don't know.
I like The Weeknd better than Drake, but I mean,
You like
I
the
do
Drake
think-
project though,
I think like the
yeah, but
biggest
I like The
issue though
Weeknd
is
project way better.
but
Facts.
you like the Drake project, and you said he ain't even dropped
that didn't exist.
He didn't, bro. He didn't drop an album. I said he didn't drop an album. I said The Weeknd dropped an album. You can roll the tape.
I got you. I wrote it.
My my thing with The Weeknd though is like he made the smart move. You know what I'm saying? And I feel
I
like
agree.
that. I feel like that with Bryson Tiller too. Like he did make the smart move not to do that. But my thing with Bryson Tiller is, bro, I love Bryson Tiller. Like he's literally one of my favorite artists to listen to. But like, to be real with you guys, I can't play the new project he just dropped back to back. I just can't. It's just not like his old stuff to me. But like, but that's just my personal opinion. I love Bryson Tiller, but like, I feel like he hasn't made something like Trap Soul since Trap Soul, for me at least.
Yeah,
Yeah,
to me that project was definitely like great value trap soul. Like
Yeah,
because
yeah,
he was
yeah,
definitely trying to recreate the sound, but there was never the tracks that made trap soul stand out in terms of like I think it had some of the
Drake
comparable
songs
like
fire.
lower level tracks, but in terms of like home run hitters and stuff, they weren't there at all. Even
A
the
lot.
Drake track was all right, but it wasn't it. So
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't a platinum record like every single song on Trap Soul. You know what I mean? Every
No.
single song on Trap Soul almost was a platinum. It's like
and
ridiculous.
if it didn't actually reach platinum status, it was worthy of it. Each one was
Right.
its own individual banger. I agree with you. I think that this is a case of like, and I think Bryson also made the smart move. The album didn't show that growth that I would have loved to see from him.
Yeah.
But a lot of rappers and singers get caught in that trap where the second thing you put out is so fucking amazing. Are you supposed to just not drop an album if it's not
Yeah.
better than that? You feel me? Like,
So do you think this is exclusive? Like, so do you think this is signing to artists in general, or exclusive to signing to Drake?
exclusive to signing to somebody like
to
Drake?
superstars
with
like
a
Drake and
crazy
Eminem and
superstar
Well, what about
platform.
Kanye? What think about good music?
Kanye.
And
this
he
is
stepped
like
down. He's not the president of good music anymore. But
Kanye. Somebody that's gonna sit down with you and produce an album for you and
Mhm.
create a business strategy, trying to catapult you over his label. You feel
yeah,
me?
and the ones that he didn't work. You think of Designer,
Sci-Hi.
he's gone.
Yup.
Sci-Hi.
But then you think of like 070 Shake. You think who he put all over Ye, and I think she was on Kids See Ghosts. She dropped an album and it did really, really well.
But
Travis Scott. I mean, Pusha T now is
well,
the
and I
president.
think that just more so is to Kanye's hands-on nature with those artists. You know what I mean? Eminem or Drake, they did, and it has to do with his just creative ability to almost make himself a star too. These other artists like Drake, like Eminem, they didn't necessarily make themselves stars. They had the talent to be stars, but it was the help of their management or the people who helped lead their career that really helped take them to the next level. And
I
so
agree.
when they're at that level, they're not gonna look at another artist and say, "Yeah, you use my guy, you use my management." They'll get you a management similar, but they're gonna keep their guy because that's the guy who helps them get all their superstar deals and all their shit, and they don't want them to be preoccupied with you. And so they're gonna pay them enough money to where they don't need to work with you. Yeah, we've got you signed, but we're not gonna give you all of our attention, and hopefully my great value version can help you out. And if not, I mean, we paid you.
And Drake isn't somebody that's sitting in the room all the time coming up with all of his promotional ideas or whatever goes into it. You feel me? He's probably just okaying it. but the people that are in the room creating it aren't gonna let no matter who you are on the label, if you're under Drake, they're not. Everything revolves around him. If he wants to release, you're not gonna release. And if he wants a feature on your album, or if he wants to take your song that you made a reference of for his project, it's probably gonna happen. You feel me? That's the
And
type
that's
of
probably the
mistake.
biggest issue that Partynextdoor probably has, where it's been situations where he's heard a track, it's been for Party's album, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna take this, and then it blows up, and Party might make mad money off it, but his superstar stays the same, and Drake is almost able to contain that, so that way when his contract is up, he don't really have much leverage.
When I found out about Party, it was at a time when I didn't even try to listen to music like he made. But everybody around me told me that he made decent music, but he was a bad vocalist, or not as good as his peers, and for some reason it never came together like somebody like The Weeknd. And then I actually listened to his music, and maybe he's not the vocalist of the best in the game, but I think it's comparable, to say the least. Like, I never understood why he wasn't where he should be. You feel me? And he's still a very streamed artist. He's famous in every regard, and I'm sure his pockets indicate that. You feel me? I'm sure he's not broke, but I think he kind of gets stressed out not being respected as he should. He gets that kind of that Quentin Miller tag to me, just in a lesser degree. I don't know if that's just me, but that's how I see it.
No, I agree with you.
Yeah, and I think that at a point, like at what point, even when you are like cool with being a writer, at what point do you have your tracks blow up into #1 hits that you kind of are like, yo, I'm fucking tired of this. I would have like 8 #1s on my own if I just dropped them. Like, at what point do you get tired of hearing Rihanna and Drake sing your music?
Joe Budden dropped. Did anybody listen to the 6 Drake disses that Joe Budden dropped?
Are you talking about the old ones?
No,
I listened like one.
Years ago. Yo, Joe Budden dropped a diss track at Drake for like every day for like a week.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, I do like Joe Budden though, homie. Like,
I love Joe Budden.
bro, he's nasty.
He said he told Drake, why don't you go make another party album?
Oh, Sheridan's in the field.
Go make another party album, and like, you feel me?
Right, yeah.
You feel me? Like, that shit had me thinking like, oh nah, party's not gonna like that. And just the sheer.
And honestly, it's that shit that like does it, probably. You know, it's probably not so much the fans or even social media response to the fact that Party's not a star. It's probably his peers being like, you know, bro, you should be up there.
Party is a star. You feel me?
I don't star, but like, you know what I mean. He could be a superstar.
I mean, his last project was fucking crazy. Some people liked it more than After Hours. You feel me?
Facts, but it didn't do the same numbers as After Hours at all, and that's his problem. So, and I get that, and I think that it's an understandable situation to be in. It's kind of similar to the Griselda situation under Eminem in terms of being signed under someone that just isn't putting the energy into what you're doing, and you're putting all of your energy and talent into making the best product you can, for them to be like, we don't got the time for that.
The difference is when you sign to an artist, people are like, you're signed to Eminem, you're signed to Drake, but it's not Eminem or Drake making this decisions for your career. They're the brand behind it, so they're gonna get the flack for it. You know, they always could be putting more energy into somebody else's career, but that's where I think as an artist you trap yourself, because that's almost naive to think you're gonna be working with the people in suits in the office, and you're rarely gonna come across Eminem or Drake unless they want something from you. Or you're somebody like 50 Cent or Griselda that you're an anomaly. You feel me? You are that shit, but you would be the shit on anybody's label. It's not because you're signed to Eminem or Drake. You would have had the liberty and probably even more freedom if you signed to anybody else.
At a point, you honestly should just try to leverage yourself for the feature, and that's it. Like, signing to them, all you're getting is the feature anyway. So if you can sign with someone else who's actually going to look to do something with your career and get the feature, down the line, the way Bryson has. I mean, look at it. People have been wanting that Bryson Drake track to come out for a long time, and Bryson wasn't able to get it until his latest project. And I guess it's just something you got to wait for. And it kind of did help the project in general because, like Jake said, it wasn't the best project, but that track does stand out and did the best streams because of the Drake feature. And he didn't have to sign to Drake, and it's pretty much the exact same situation he's in as if he did sign to Drake. So
I think TDE and Dreamville are two labels that do a great job of having superstars on their label while still showcasing their other talent.
Definitely.
Because I don't even like OVO has some very good talent on their shit, and ones that would be more liked than somebody like a Reason. You feel me? Or at least widely streamed.
You think so? I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Bro, I mean, if you tell me that that Reason drops an album and it's gonna outstream Partynextdoor.
Sheridan getting upset.
Who are the superstars on Dreamville?
J. Cole, my nigga.
Besides J. Cole.
Here we go. You said Dreamville, he started boiling.
Has 4 million monthly listeners, and Partynextdoor has 14 million.
He punched his camera and all that.
I'm talking about besides, obviously J. Cole. Like everybody knows J. Cole's, but who? Name one other superstar.
Today, bro, you're not gonna get it out of me.
Name one other superstar on Dreamville. Name one. Just name one.
J. Cole, nigga. I just told you. That's it.
I said
J. Cole. So
besides J. Cole.
So name another superstar on TDE that's on Kendrick's level. What the fuck are you telling me?
Schoolboy is a superstar.
No. Somebody take the mic from some. Just take the mic before we talk. How was your day?
Hilarious.
How was your day?
How is Schoolboy not a superstar?
You think?
I don't think
he's comparable to Kendrick.
He has a classic album and it went like multi-platinum.
Okay. I hear it. I hear what you're saying because TDE is stronger than Dreamville in that point. But I also hear what Ant is
triple to quadruple times.
What Ant is saying is that Dreamville is more willing to put the effort into their artists than other labels
like
are.
branding their artists basically
like
to make them
done,
that superstar.
What, 3 compilation albums? One of them was the biggest media event of the summer last summer. So it is like you can't deny the fact that Dreamville has put in the work to make their talent, their superstar.
They put in work. They just don't have superstars, and they won't.
J-Rock has 4 million monthly listeners.
I'm not talking about J-Rock. I'm not talking about Absol. I'm talking about Schoolboy Q.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Son.
That's one person though, and it's not like he signed Schoolboy because he discovered him, bro.
JID has been rapping and dropping music for 3 or 4 years.
And wait. Can we talk about SZA?
Years.
Can we talk about SZA really quick? Because I don't think Ari Lennox is quite there.
Oh no, but bro, that's apples and oranges. You feel me? Some people like Ari. Some people like.
I like Ari. I like Ari a lot.
Is she on Kendrick's level?
Is who?
SZA.
Yeah.
Nah.
She's a superstar though. She's doing numbers, yo.
She is a superstar, but she ain't on Kendrick's level by any means.
This whole conversation is making me out to sound like I'm shitting on the people that aren't on J. Cole or Kendrick's level. I'm just trying to tell you, no, they're not. The reason why they.
But what Sheridan is saying is that TDE does, and it's not really like arguable at the end of the day. TDE has made bigger talent or made bigger superstars, you could say, because they're all stars. Like at the end of the day, they're all up there. They're all making a name for themselves. So
dropping projects 10 years ago, Dreamville just really.
No, and I agree that Schoolboy is kind of an unfair example, but I think that SZA's a decent one.
It's not unfair. Like Schoolboy.
Well, because it's not like they discovered Schoolboy. It's not like that was a part of the package. You know what I mean? So in terms of like bringing in talent and helping cultivate their careers, I think that Schoolboy is like a cheap example because you're right. But it's not like they found him and discovered him, or you can't even say they found him, but helped him elevate his platform. I think with SZA that is true.
My whole point is that when somebody like Kendrick, with somebody like J. Cole, and they are on the level of somebody like Drake or Eminem when they're taking the time to nurture their new. It's kind of like developing when you draft your rookies into the NBA. If you have a poor development system, they're gonna bust. You feel me? You need somewhere that they're gonna nurture and be put into the industry in a way that's gonna help them thrive. I don't think everybody else gets that same type of luxury that a TDE or a Dreamville artist gets. That's my point.
Fair.
I agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So I think that it overall is a very interesting situation with Party. I think it's very clear that artists like Drake and them, there's not much of artist development going on at all. But then on the other side of the spectrum, you do see how signing with a TDE or even a Dreamville can really help elevate what you're doing just by them helping you through what you've got going on. That's even been seen on a smaller level with artists who are willing to work with Griselda, maybe not getting signed under Griselda, but working with Griselda. And then like you guys mentioned with Drake. And then even on a local level, shout out to Dim136 for doing that shit. They're always working on within each other, developing and becoming better artists. And even from a small local scale, look at how it's helped them in a year. Like in 1 year, every one of the artists in that group has unarguably gotten better at something that they do. Even if it's not the music, even if their music is just as good as it was before, they're better at social media. They're better at handling how they roll it out. They're better at everything by working as a collective. I guarantee you working this way is so much easier. And it might honestly be the fact that those labels just have like a family aspect to them. They're all consistently working together. I don't know if maybe working with Drake cultivates that type of situation where Party's working with the other artists that are signed. So, and I think that could be a situation there too, where there's just not other artists pushing each other to succeed. And that's why we've seen success in Upstate, because we're all pushing each other. So
True.
Thanks.
Last topic we've got. Wait, did anybody have something?
I just said it's full circle.
Facts. Last topic we got is one for Sheridan. A little bit. I want to talk a little bit about the election. We're not too political, but we picked up a dub. I know Sheridan might want to rub it in some faces real quick.
Get fucked.
Get fucked.
Chill.
Trumpies.
Nah, it's cool. Get fucked, but it's all evil. We're all still fucked at the end of the day. It ain't gonna be pretty.
Yeah, I don't like Biden either, so
no.
I guess we're all fucked.
Hopefully it gets better, but that's the more likely scenario. We're probably still fucked.
Son, the best thing about Biden winning was Sheridan's Instagram and Snapchat story.
If you missed out on that quality content, Sheridan gave you
was
a
going
very
crazy, like calling people out, like I was dying.
I told people a couple days. I was like, Biden wins. There's gonna be a lot of Trumpies getting unblocked and tagged and telling to get fucked.
And they reported him real quick. We got him locked up.
That he's a man of his word, and he he got some random Cortland people asking him to box. He said, "But what's the price tag?"
Yeah, bro, I have a 35-year-old man trying to box me from Cortland County. He sent me a video of him punching the air. It was.
You gotta punch the air right here. Show him what you got, Sheridan. A little bop, bop, bop.
Bro, I'm high, so you almost just gassed me up to do it. You really did.
He was like, "Yeah, I'm about to punch
you."
you."
Go. Bop, bop.
Did that, bro.
Oh man.
Yeah, that means you're goated in your city, bro.
Fact.
I'm gonna just let you know that right now. But
in
on
reality, though.
Note,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, on a serious note, we all know that Biden comes with his own struggles. I think that at least I know I can speak for some of y'all, and I know I can speak for a lot of people. We're happy that Trump is out of the office. You feel me? But Biden presents his own struggles. I'm personally happy we have a black woman as vice president. And the world really came together. As even though Trump got 70 million of the popular vote, we still came together as a country to take him out. You feel me? Essentially.
Yeah.
I think
and hopefully hopefully that goes as smooth as it should. You know what I mean? And that's a whole nother story for another day.
He's gonna cry. He's gonna cry. The thing that I'm worried about is these next couple months while he's still in office. he could be sending executive order after executive order.
Well, and my biggest bummer about it all, honestly, is like it's just shitty to see literally the whole country so divided in terms of people who just don't want to look at the situation for what it is and really want to buy into the idea that there's some huge conspiracy going on and it's just magically able to happen this time. And like, so it's my biggest takeaway and my biggest thing I want to say is like, just try to be less divided, man. Like, be a little bit more open-minded to what other people have to say. Don't be so angry about it and be so divisive, because otherwise it's not going to get better. Like, being divisive and being shitty only gets us so far. And I know that kind of goes against all the trolling and shit Sheridan does, but it is kind of true, man.
You subbing me right now, man?
Nah, I'm not trying to, but it is true. Like, at the end of the day, we had our fun. Like, let's just try and be less divisive, because otherwise it's not gonna get any better.
Nah, yeah, you're right.
So,
I mean, just because Trump's out of office doesn't mean the fight is over.
Oh no.
I mean, it's just now beginning. We got a lot to do now. This is where we can start really getting the groundwork in, hopefully with somebody that's gonna, we can't expect him to change too much. Hopefully he's just better and not as disrespectful, racist. And
damage control. It's basically damage control, I feel like.
And my biggest takeaway too, bro, from the whole thing is that young people came together as a unit, and that was beautiful. Yes. That was so beautiful to see, bro. Like, literally, I could get on Instagram, Facebook, literally go places, and it was just crazy to see, like, the young people and the young generation coming together. I know, like I said earlier, they're naive, all this, but yo, they did the right thing in this aspect. You know what I'm saying?
And they did their thing. So in the streets, when they announced the results, were fucking unbelievable. I can't speak for where either of you guys were, but in Ithaca,
yeah, bro, it was crazy.
I was downtown.
Oh no, in South Dakota, they're still mad as hell. I got the dirtiest looks in Walmart.
There are different types of gatherings in South Dakota.
Yeah.
What about Cortland? Were they in the street? Because they were in the streets.
Not really in Cortland. It was Ithaca. I think people from Cortland went to Ithaca. I saw people in Cortland that were in Ithaca for it.
Bro, I work on the Commons, and they gathered on the Commons, and it started on the Commons, crept up the block all the way to my store, looped around the gas station, and it was 11 hours of people playing "Fuck Donald Trump." There's more songs about Donald Trump than "Fuck Donald Trump," but for some reason they only played "Fuck Donald Trump" for 11 hours. I hated it at the end of the day.
You were like, nah, I'm not rocking with this song anymore.
I was like, no. And now, like, Donald Trump actually sounds pretty good. Like, no.
That's funny. Oh, but that wraps up the political discourse. We don't got to get into it for too long. But I did want to, at the very least, mention the election and say, it's a lot easier to not be so divided. So that's the only way shit's gonna get any better. We're gonna play some local tracks here in a minute, but with Jake on, I do want to take some time just to ask him a couple questions about what he's got coming up, what he's been working on. He's been highly successful with some of his YouTube videos, so just chat for a minute about what Jake's been up to.
Yeah, bro. So I've been making tons of music. I actually, like, this is crazy to say, but I actually love recording people more than I like to make my own music, because it inspires me so much. Because, like, if I have a client come in, or if I'm working with Zay right here sitting in the back, if he could say hi real quick, like, when I get in the studio with other people, like, it gives me, like, this feeling, bro. It's like, I think it's my love for the music. I'm just like, man, this is so amazing to see, other people just do their thing. So that gives me motivation in turn to do my own thing in my music. And yeah, bro, in terms of, like, what I've been working on, I've been working with Sheridan a lot lately. We've been, banging out tracks, and then I have, like, probably a whole project that's about to come out at some point. And in terms of my music, bro, I've been marketing my latest track, Out of My Head. I kind of, like, fell off the wagon with that one a little bit. I didn't go as crazy as I usually do, but it's starting to pick up now because, like, I started actually promoting it. So
it's starting
to go crazy.
Before we go too far off, though, let's take a second to like drop some gems for people in terms of what you're at least willing to help
Yeah.
people out with. Like, how do you go about your promoting of your singles? Like, let's talk about the previous one more so that you put more effort into. Like, what do you do that you think is different than some of the other artists in the area?
Yeah, dude. So this is super important, and I'm glad you asked that. So, one thing that I do that's different from a lot of people is that I drop a song usually per month or per month and a half, because that way it's not, if you drop a song a week, you don't really give it enough life to grow as it could, in my own personal experience. Whereas when I drop a song a month, I give it enough time to actually, like, see if people are interested in it. And usually what I do, I'll see if my main listener base will listen to it in the beginning. And then if I see a good traction, that's when I'll go to like Facebook ads. I use a lot, but I do something very specific that I'll tell you right now. So instead of just doing Facebook ads like normal like anyone would do, I actually do Instagram story ads only. So instead of like throwing on a Facebook ad everywhere else, I'll literally like create a small vertical video like you would see on Spotify, and I'll put that on an Instagram story ad to kind of promote it just in the beginning to get some, saves, and also Shazams, because I always see a ton of Shazams that way, like people just Shazamming saying, "What is this?" And the main thing, like you said before, the biggest turnaround rate that I've seen is on YouTube. And I only just recently stumbled upon that this year, because basically I have a manager, right? And my manager and I handle everything together. And we kind of just said to ourselves, okay, like I see a lot of these lyric videos on YouTube, as well as like something that's really popular for me is anime, like animated videos to my songs. So we saw that they were getting tons of views on YouTube. We're talking 4 million views, 1 million views, right? Like other people's. But here's the thing that I noticed. It was all basically industry artists. There was no like local artists in the lyric video channels at all that I could find. So I was like, wow, like I wonder if we reached out and the music was good enough quality that I could be like the first guy in the rotation to be local. You know what I mean?
Right.
And basically, bro, at the end of the day, I never make it about myself when I reach out to channels or any blogs or anything. It's never about Jake Daniels at all. It's always about the channel, because like if you develop a relationship first, right? If you're like literally, say you're subscribed to that specific channel and you like their music, you're going to be way more successful with getting your music on there, because you already love that channel, you know what I'm saying? And anytime I send like emails or anything like that, I always make it about the channel. I'm always saying like I'm a huge fan of your content. It's never like, hey, I'm Jake, check out my music. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a spam thing, because a lot of my friends, like they'll be like emailing people, but they'll be like, hey, bro, check this out. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to it, but I'm
And let
just
me
saying.
guess, like honestly, when you started sending out those emails, you didn't immediately get response, right? Or at least you
No,
haven't gotten a
no.
response every time. It's taken work.
No, it's bro. When I tell you that, like every time I drop a single, my manager and we send out hundreds of emails, bro. I'm talking like crazy amounts. So it's like you have to find the outlets that work best for you. You know what I mean? And fortunately, this year I've found those outlets that work with my personal music. So like I've developed the relationship. So now every time I drop something, I can always count on that. You know what I mean? It's not like a thing where I have to be like really stressed out and be like, man, I don't know how this song is going to go do numbers. I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? I have a plan every single time now. So it's just about like putting that plan in place first. And bro, I'll say this, and I know some people ain't gonna want to hear this, but like in the beginning, dog, you have to spend money, bro. Like you literally mad artists will not spend money at all. And I'm just like sitting here like, yo, like how are people gonna discover you? You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's not just the beginning. The further you
Yeah, the
go,
grind, the grind.
the more money you're going to spend, the further you go. It's just hopefully you're getting it back, and maybe somebody else is putting the money in.
Yep, exactly, bro. And like my biggest thing, man, is like I don't know if y'all do this or not, but like with lyric videos or anything like that, I literally monetize every single video that gets posted on YouTube. So like the money recuperation is always coming in, so I can always put money back into the music. You know what I mean? It's not like a stressful situation where I have to worry about that.
That was what I was gonna ask.
There's
Is if they do that.
requirements that you have to have in order to monetize.
Yep.
And fortunately for you, the channels that are getting posted on meet the 1,000 subscriber requirement, the 10,000 minute watch time, or
Right.
whatever it is. Like there's specific requirements. So not everybody can monetize their own videos, but it's amazing to see that you're getting your just due back, because that's just great. I didn't know that a lot of these lyric videos would even be willing to do that. I know if you post your video on, say, World Star, they're not eager to let you monetize it. You feel me?
Right.
They're not trying to let that go down. So that's beautiful. You're working with some great people.
Right, exactly, bro. And the biggest thing too is like I had a I'm not gonna say who, but I had a client of mine ask me. He was like, "Oh, like how much you paying for those lyric videos?" And I was like, "Nothing." And he was like, "What? Like, are you?"
At this point
That's
now,
crazy.
yes.
Yes.
You, my bad. Keep going.
Nah, I was just gonna say like people if you develop a relationship with someone, like bro, I have a really good friend who has like 4 million subscribers on YouTube, right? And literally he denied me like my first 5 songs. I literally sent him out. He was like, "Nah, this ain't for me. This is trash. This ain't for me." Like literally was really blunt with me. And I was like, "Oh my gosh." Like I was getting tight, dude. I was like, "Oh my gosh, yo, am I like bad? Like, like am I not good enough?" But then like I sent him I don't even remember what the first one was, but I sent him this one track and he was like, "Yo, this is perfect. I got you. Like, I'll just put it up, we'll see how it does and then we'll go from there." And like the rest is history, bro. Like once you develop that relationship and connection, you're golden. Like you don't have anything to lose after that. You know what I mean?
You just
So
gotta put the groundwork in, really. And it's like you can't be mad at him either, because he knows his listener base. He knows what's gonna work. So if you keep submitting stuff and you submit something that does work, it probably performed well, and that's why you
Yeah.
were able to continue with it. You know what I mean? Maybe if he picked the first song you sent just because you guys were friends, it wouldn't have performed well at all, and that would have been
Exactly.
it. So you
Yep.
can't just get demoralized over the first no. You got to realize that's part of the process.
Yep.
It is part of the process. How old are you, Jake? If you don't mind me asking.
I'm 27. So
And see, I just wanted to make.
I had to think about it. I was like, "Dang, am I that old?"
Like, nah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to expose your age. I just wanted to make a point. You feel me?
Yeah.
To these artists that are 20, 23, 24, 18, that are dropping music and get pissed off because it gets no traction and have no real method of going about shit. You're just now settling into what works for you
Right.
after however much time you put into this. You feel
Yeah.
me?
Yeah.
You're finally finding a groove that works for you.
Yeah.
That
And the one thing, bro, you made a really good point. And the one thing I'll say is this: this is very different from a lot of people. And I'm not saying this is the way to go, but like, I'm very, very mysterious about my branding, and that has worked very well for me. I'm not out here on Snapchat and Instagram every day, like, posting like what I'm doing or like where I'm at. It's very mysterious, and I think that you like granted, you have to kind of feel your listener base out first. But for mine, since I make, darker music and then I'll make pop music, people love that because they want to know, like, dang, like, who is Jake Dan? You know what I mean? It's like a mysterious game. You know what I mean? So I would just suggest, like, you, bro, you have to find your listener base first before you do anything. Like you have to understand your music so well. Like if you have like 3 favorite artists that you listen to every single day and you make music like them, then go research their listener base for a whole day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And target them with your ads and target them with your videos. If they're getting posted on other channels, that's where you want to get posted too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, recognize the
So-
music you make might not hit with the people in your community, with the people you're chilling with, but it
100%.
could hit with someone across the country or in Russia, and that could be the shit that takes you somewhere. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't, but make what you like and be confident in it, and you could do
Yeah.
whatever you want with it if you find the right outlet and you could find the right base of listeners, like Jake said. Then you really could do something with it. It's just a matter of figuring that out and then figuring out how to work with it. And it
Most of my
takes
friends
time,
are
like
outside the US.
has already been said. It's not something that happens overnight.
Right.
Something that I've learned that's helped me over time, and it's because I've spent probably 4 years now trying Facebook ads and doing different things, trying to see what works and not. And I started thinking out the box a little bit, and not necessarily an original thought. I'm sure people do this all over the world, but I'm sitting here targeting different cities in upstate New York and California, looking at my listener
Yeah.
base on Spotify, trying to target them. But then I realized there's so many different countries in the world that appreciate hip hop, and there's English speaking cities all over the world. You feel me? If you
Exactly.
target those, like he said, you research that type of shit. You look at what cities in Germany speak English and listen to hip hop, and then you do an ad over there. It's almost people across seas when they're listening to your music, the allure of somebody from America just making music. They don't care whether you're local or not. You're an American artist to them. You feel me? They cherish that shit.
Right.
And they support hip hop in 7 continents now. You feel me? This shit is crazy. So
Yep.
what he's talking about is really giving some gems. When you research your listener demographic, you can target them properly. It's only going to enhance your numbers overall.
Yeah,
Um,
and another thing too, I'm my bad if we're running like crazy on time here, but another thing too, man, is like I'll say this, yo, I'm gonna hurt some feelings with this one, but I'm just saying like, bro, we've all been there, but like with scams and stuff, but like just don't fall for the quick kind of thing. Like, okay, I'm gonna buy this many monthly listeners and streams and blah 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 blah, because I'll tell you right now. It may make you feel better in the moment, right? Because your clout is there, right? Like people are seeing, oh, like 50K monthly listeners, that's crazy, right? But here's the thing. When that runs out, you got to re-up the money. You got to redo it. You know what I'm saying?
Otherwise,
Like,
it just goes from 0 to nothing real quick.
yeah, and I'll
Or
say
vice
this
versa, I
too.
guess.
I'll say this too, like, bro, like there's artists out here like myself as well as labels like that look at that, and bro, they're not fools. Like they're not gonna they know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just I would encourage every single local artist, period, to grind it out. It doesn't matter if you have 50 monthly listeners. It doesn't matter if you have 5 streams. Just believe in the mission and literally grind it out and do everything you can to research, and you'll be good. You know what I mean? As long as the music is quality. If your music's trash, like
Well,
I can't
that's
really
what I
help you.
thought you was gonna say. I thought you was gonna say when you said I'm gonna hurt some feelings. I dead ass thought you was about to say some people have to get to the point where their music is the quality enough to reach out to channels. You
That's
feel?
true too, bro. That's
Mhm.
true too. And it's like, I'm not saying like, yo, there's mad talent locally, but like at the end of the day, if your track, say you're listening to an official Spotify playlist, right? You're just like shuffle play. If your track comes up and it ain't quality, it's getting skipped. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's not in the rotations.
It's not gonna be in this playlist. It's like
Right.
if it's an official Spotify playlist, like they're not
Right.
even gonna give you the chance to get it because it's gonna stick out like a sore thumb, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, bro. And like you have to make sure first that your music is that quality. Period. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts. If your joint does not sound like it should be on the radio, don't put it out. Like period. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. And I get it, like I understand like you have to start somewhere. We all have. I'll say this too, like just to play devil's advocate. I started with Isaiah. We literally started in my parents' house, like in my tiny, tiny bedroom with a friggin' I don't even remember. It was like some crazy mic with like this wire hanger, and I put a sock over it. So like granted, you have to start somewhere, but if you're taking this seriously, like please just like save up the money, get the gear, go to pay for studio time, and just make it beautiful. You know what I mean? Period.
You got to be a sponge, constantly soaking up new information too. You can't be complacent in terms of just trying to make as great of music as you can without trying to learn the business side of it. And
That's a
like
fact.
you're talking about, get used to everything, because that's half of the game these days.
Yeah, and bro, like you have to wear all the hats in this day and age. Like you have to. You have to be your own manager. You have to be your own marketing team. You have to be
Because if you don't, someone else is. That's the thing. You don't have to, but if you don't do it, no one's gonna do it for you, and someone else is doing it for themselves, and that's what's helping excel their career at a better rate than you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Putting in the work. There's a lot of artists who really want recognition and really want a bunch of attention for their music, but don't even put in an hour a day to promote themselves. They put in maybe an hour a week and then get mad as hell that someone else ain't doing the work for them.
Yeah, when
And
they
that ain't
get
how it
5
works.
plays, they're like, "Man, I don't understand how this didn't blow up, homie. Like, I don't understand. It's
And
so fire."
networking is part of it. Like, making the music isn't all the work. It's networking. It's creating. It's like reaching out to other people, listening to other people's music, critiquing other people's stuff. If you don't support other people and try to talk to them about their shit, why should they do the same for you? What makes you any better than the other artists that you're asking to listen to your stuff? At the end of the day, that don't make any sense. So
Yeah, and I just wanted to real quick to close out. Like, I just wanted to shout out like Sheridan and Ant, because like they constantly, bro, I'll just say this, like every track they've sent me is quality, like period. Like they send me stuff and I'll literally be like, bro, this is crazy, you know, and it's consistent, you know what I'm saying? As an artist, you have to be like that. Like you can't, if you have a track that you feel would flop, trash it. That's my advice to you. Like if it's not your top track, please trash it, because every track should be your top track. You know what I mean? In my personal opinion, I feel like I feel like every track needs to be crazy for you to be, you know, if you want to go somewhere in this business.
Well, in the world of music, and it's hard. You don't want to compare yourself to everyone, but music is so easy to put out now. It's so easy to create now. If you're not making and putting your best foot forward every time, you're probably wasting your time, because, again, someone else is. Someone else is putting that time in, putting the effort in, putting the money in, doing what they need to do, and they will be the ones that will take your position that you think you deserve, because
100%.
they put in the effort. They put in the work for it. So
100%.
it's definitely something that takes time. The time is the biggest thing, too. Be willing to put your time in. It's just as important. If you're not willing to do that, then no one else is, like I've said. So
Yep, agreed.
appreciate you dropping the gems, though, Jake. Hopefully it'll help some people. I think that it should have helped me. I learned some shit through that conversation, so always good to discuss that.
Also, like I've noticed that a lot of local people don't know where to start too. So like I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I have a lot of ideas, but like I'm definitely gonna do some kind of class or podcast where I'm just like dropping literally what I do, like literally like a page for page kind of thing, because like I understand how it can be really difficult, and I want to help the local scene as much as possible. So it's like I'm not like there's enough food for us all to eat out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. People
So-
think
Exactly.
that if he gets a slice of cake, it means there's less cake for me. You feel me? There's enough cake for every fucking body.
Well,
Exactly.
and like honestly, here's the thing: at the end of the day, no matter how many people watch those videos, they got to put in the effort. They got to put in the work
100%.
for it. So it's gonna be a situation there that they got to figure out. But yeah, I don't know. My webcam is a little messed up. I'll work on fixing that. Let's go ahead and play some music though. Get Jake, you're gonna go ahead and play our first track, so you could set it up for us.
Whew. All right. You got it. Do you got it all like ready
Yeah,
to
I
go,
got it
bro?
loaded into play. You
All
just
right.
tell us what it is and why we're playing.
All right, so this one, bro, so this has been out for a little bit, but it's something that I rock with literally every week, and I grew up kind of with this person. So, bro, it's Ye Zantana, and it's Can't Change, bro. I love this track, so I
Yeah,
hope y'all love it.
shout out Zakai because he shot a fire video for this.
Yep.
Bet, let's get it.
And you know I can't change. I be with the fellas, we all do the same things. Real big stepper, cock it back and let it bang. Dancing with the devil, it done brought me so much pain for it. Them cell walls, I wrote my name on it, gang. Anything I say, no, I'ma stand on it. I don't want that bitch, I put my mans on it. Can't go to the trenches, guess you banned from it. Them niggas told it, now they scared of it. These cold streets done made a man of me. Aim a pretty Glock, cause where I'm from, it can get damn ugly. I was in that shit, I sent them shots, them niggas ran from me. Always on the block, could never make no time for family. Praying to my Glock, I'm hoping God gon' make a plan for me. Thinking to myself, I had my back against the wall. Sitting in my cell and get no letters, fuck a call. And I just came home from jail, my granny died and that was hard. So when it come to funerals, I tend to never get involved. Cause I hate that shit, I get depressed, I see a pill, I just might take that shit. My homie got shot in his face and yeah, he ate that shit. $1 million guaranteed that I could make that shit. And bet I make that quick, I swear. I can't change on them, gotta change my ways, don't I? All I see is red, cause all this pain and all this rage on them. I'ma be the man until I'm laying in that grave on me. Clip up to your head, come get a fade. And you know I can't change. I be with the fellas, we all do the same things. Real big stepper, cock it back and let it bang. Dancing with the devil, it done brought me so much pain for it. Them cell walls, I wrote my name on it, gang. Anything I say, no, I'ma stand on it. I don't want that bitch, I put my mans on it. Can't go to the trenches, guess you banned from it. Them niggas told it, now they scared of it. These cold streets done made a man of me. I committed so many sins, but still I had to get it in. I had nightmares at the bottom, then I dreamt about a biz. When police interrogate me, I just blame it on my twin. And I fell back from the hood, I'm in the stew, I'm locking in. And these fuck niggas can't be round me. Remember back when I was broke and they used to clown me. In my hood, they gon' salute me before they down me. And these bitches wanna claim me, they lost and found me. Get the fuck from around me. I've been running from my past and now I'm over it. Keep on buying heaters cause my heart been on some colder shit. They gave my homie 15, man, this shit ain't what it seems. If you really chasing dreams, you better go for it. Niggas never seen no money, so they be plotting. A lot of niggas talk about money, but never got it. If my dog need bread, guarantee that I'ma spot him, cause he gon' run it up. I see a IP, better know I can't change. I be with the fellas, we all do the same things. Real big stepper, cock it back and let it bang. Dancing with the devil, it done brought me so much pain for it. Them cell walls, I wrote my name on it, gang. Anything I say, no, I'ma stand on it. I don't want that bitch, I put my mans on it. Can't go to the trenches, guess you banned from it. Them niggas told it, now they scared of it. These cold streets done made a man of me, ayy.
Show the cookies bags. Get in there. Get in there.
And that Can't Change from Ye Zantana. That was real dope. I've honestly heard of Ye, but I haven't listened to a lot of his music. And in hearing that, I'd probably say I've been missing out.
Yeah, that was fire, and it got better. Like, I like it because it got better as it progressed. When it first came in, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool, but then it just got better and better, and he was spitting too, so he had a good voice, and he was spitting. Like, I would listen to that again for sure, and it makes me. I've heard Ye Zantana before, like Andrew, but haven't really gone to like actually check him out a whole lot. Now I want to.
He's a beast, and y'all gotta check him out. He's got a lot of tracks that you might have missed out on. And he has some great videos. I want to correct myself. I said that Zakai shot that last video, but it was actually Upstate Crew. And he has a couple videos with them. The production quality is always amazing. That video's sitting at like 130K right now on YouTube, I think.
Crazy.
He has some buzz going behind him. Like when I used to get in conversations with people on Facebook, like people tagging me, and who's your top 5 favorite upstate artists? Like, I'd have people tagging me, and one of the consistent names I would see in almost every comment was Ye Zantana. And so, of course, naturally, I looked him up. I was like, damn, I could totally see why. He fell back a little bit. I know he was dealing with some things, but then he came back harder than ever. And he's been on a crazy run. It doesn't surprise me that you played this track, Jake, because it's great. It's great.
Yeah, bro. And shout out to Ye for being one of those consistent people too, because I feel like, bro, honestly, like Ye started like with just like really rapping, and he never did like the auto-tune singing thing. But then, he came in like this year, started doing it. I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, like I love it. I just love how he keeps the bars in there and he's bringing you through a story, but he also has the melodies too. That's really why I love it.
That's how Meech started. Meech started as just a boom, 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 rappity rapper, and it took a little bit, refined his sound, and came back singing. You feel me? I have a lot of respect for people that do that. I've been trying to expand my palette and what I can do in the studio, but I can't seem to get my voice to sound like this on industry standard when I put a melody behind it. So I got a lot of love for people who can make that switch seamlessly. You feel me?
For sure, bro.
It's crazy.
No doubt.
I hit Ye Zantana up for a feature, bro. It's like, yo, if we do a feature in a video, we will fuck Upstate up.
I agree.
He was like, it's all love, bro. Maybe we'll do it one day. I'm not doing features right now, but I'll hit you up soon. I was like, I respect it, son. I'll come out of pocket. And he was like, maybe one day, son. And I'm like,
yeah.
You at the top, boy. Like,
yeah, facts.
All right, Sheridan, you're up next. What do you got lined up for us?
So I was checking out the 607 sound list this morning, and I listened to a couple different tracks. Kane Wave dropped this album, Blue Moon, and I listened to a couple of the tracks, and the song Till Dawn by Kane Wave stood out to me a little bit.
Let's go. Let's get it. That was Till Dawn by Kane Brown. Or Kane Wave, my fault. Shit.
What'd you think of that, Ant?
Bro. That was like a minute and a half long. I was waiting for it to get started.
Son put me on the spot real quick. So I thought that there was some vibes to that song. You feel me? I'm not sure what exactly he was going for. It sounded almost intentionally a little bit like lo-fi, lower quality, kind of like an XXX vibe. That's kind of what I got from it. This isn't some shit I'd play when I was by myself. I could see some potential in the artist. I want to check out the album to see what actually type he does, because this was a very small sample size. I feel weird critiquing him on just this, but that wasn't particularly for me.
What'd you think, Andrew?
I don't know. I was very confused in playing it, honestly, because I realized, like, I remember when I plugged it in, I was like, this is only like a minute and a half long. Cool, because my song is actually like a 4-minute song. So I was like, this is perfect. But then I'm listening to it, I'm like, yo, there's only 30 seconds for something to happen in this, and nothing's happened yet. So, like, I liked it, and I think that in the scope of the project, it probably sounds real dope. I was
Sounds
just
like an
kind of
interlude.
confused. Yeah.
Sounds like an interlude or something. Like I don't.
All the songs sounded like interludes. I'm not gonna lie.
You listened to the whole album this morning.
Nah, I listened to like 4 or 5 songs off of a couple of the albums that dropped and a couple of the singles. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't rock with a lot of them. So like this was the best one I heard.
So I'm gonna keep it a buck.
I'm weak.
That was not for me, homie. It was just like
it was not as good the second time. I'm not gonna lie.
like the I think the beat threw me off, bro, or something. It was just like the melody was there, but I feel like it was dragging the whole time.
Yeah.
I feel like I was like, okay, where's he gonna go with it? And it just stayed on that same kind of path. And I was like, dang. You know what I mean? It's not. I'm not hating on him.
No, you're not hating. You keeping it a buck. I feel the same way. The whole time I was like, okay, I didn't know it was a minute and a half. I feel like I was out of the blue. So when it stopped, I didn't know if it was coming back.
You thought I fucked up.
Exactly. That's how I
I
felt.
didn't get enough. That's why this feels kind of like an interlude to me. And I feel like this is one of those you have to hear with the whole album, the song before and the song after to really understand this one. But like Jake said, this wasn't for me. I never got in my vibe.
I feel like I would have to listen to more to like see if it was just that track. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was
if you can link me the project, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll link it to you, bro.
And I think
I'll link it to you.
I said, was I the only one that got like brief XXX vibes on this?
Nah, I did.
Nah, I agree with you.
I see what you're saying. I just would have liked to see it get more like just transition in any way, because that's what I was waiting for. Like I said, in hearing it, I was like, something should change. Like, are we gonna get any different type of sound than what we're doing? And I don't mind the sound, but I just, without anything changing and it being so short, that maybe within the scope of the project it would be better. But I don't know.
Right.
It wasn't
That's what
bad.
I'm saying. I feel like I gotta listen to the project to see if it makes sense. Like if I play a track and then it comes in, it might make sense.
Facts.
Your sleeve just came out from the blur zone, and I must say, pretty inked up, bro.
Yeah.
You always wearing some long sleeves. You feel me?
Yeah. I got a track. This next one's a little bit longer. I actually hate 4-minute songs, so this is a different realm for me. But I really like the track, so I've got to play it.
I'm mad at the third verse. You're not a fan of the third verse?
I don't know, bro. Just 4-minute songs drive me nuts.
It's excessive.
But this track is alright. It's actually really dope. It might be a little bit long for somebody, but I like it. It's Freedom Stratton. The song is titled Saturday.
Wish it was a Saturday, yeah. Wish it was a Saturday, yeah. I wish it was Saturday.
It's Dizzy Dot, baby.
I wish it was Saturday, no average day. I'ma watch some Castaway and roll up. Then I'll probably laugh away the afternoon, waiting on the sign that I should grow up. Hold up, what's the hold up? Girl, you know what? I always show up, I always show love. If that's not enough, then I don't know what is. Baller on a budget, call me Mick. I wish it was Saturday, no average day. I'ma watch some Castaway and roll up. Then I'll probably laugh away the afternoon, waiting on the sign that I should grow up. Hold up, what's the hold up? Girl, you know what? I always show up, I always show love. If that's not enough, then I don't know what is. Baller on a budget, call me Mick. Roll up, party all night. Meet you at your crib and I'll pick you up tonight. You know what it is. I'ma give you what you like for the fun of it, cause you know you the shit, and I'm in love with it. But hold up, what's the hold up? Did you notice that you're my focus? I chose it, slow motion, bring it back for me, make it wave like an ocean. Drunk off that potion, blunt got me open, I'm floating. This weed I'm smoking is potent. At this point, I don't know where I'm going, but I'm going, keep it rolling. I don't know why, but I keep on hoping for Saturday.
Alright, I'm gonna cut it off there, because it literally just sounds like it repeats the same song. So what y'all think?
Bro, nah, play that. Nah, I'm playing. I'm joking.
What'd you think, Jake? I'm putting you on the spot now.
Oh man. I don't know how I feel about that one, bro. I mean, it like, okay, so it sounds like poppy to me, but I feel like it's like, I don't know, man. It just wasn't doing it for me. I was like the whole vibe felt like something I would like wake up to when I was a kid, and it would be on like the TV. You know what I mean?
It's like kind of cliche.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It just sounded like I don't even know if I should say this, but it sounded like childish to me. But like,
yeah, I mean, but like there's a market for that.
But
I
yeah, I was about to say that though. I was
don't
about to
know what
say
his
if he
intentions
marketed it right in that, yo, it would go crazy. It would go crazy.
If he didn't intend it for that, that could be seen as like a insult. You feel me? But he has to realize that this has a market. You feel me?
Fact.
Bro,
could've
huge
been on,
market.
like, Teen
Huge
Nick.
market.
Like I felt the same way. I thought
It's
it was
done
dope
well
when it
too. I
came
mean,
out.
in terms of songs that he has, it's streamed well. So
So,
Yeah, I bet, bro. It was a dope song. It's just like it reminds me of like when I was a kid, bro. You know what I mean? What do you think, Isaiah? You want to chime in?
oh man.
What you think?
As a singer, I think he should have hit my inbox and had me
Yo,
get some
chill.
runs on it. No, I'm saying because, you know, I just felt like it could have had something, but then when he started doing runs, it went way left, bro. And I was like, I can't do it. I wouldn't even let my child listen to that song.
That you wouldn't let your child listen to that, yo.
That's tragic. That's tragic.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad, homie.
There's no market. I guess the market has been taken away. Yo,
Sheridan, pick the face, bro.
What do you think, Sheridan?
I did not like the song either. Really, it sounded way better after the song that I played.
Nah.
This is true. I agree.
But
You set me up good.
I agree with everything Jay said. I don't know if I would go as far to say I wouldn't let my child listen to it, but if they did, I might roast them for it.
I might roast him for it. Yeah, that's hilarious.
Is it like doing numbers?
Like 50,000 streams.
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Bro, that's still numbers, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. I actually didn't hate it.
Well, you said numbers, bro. So sometimes
Yeah, but 50,
we
bro,
talk about
50K.
people doing
By the way,
numbers.
I meant no disrespect by saying
Oh,
I wouldn't let my
jeez.
child listen.
No,
It's too late, bro.
Hold up. Say, you need to tell me you took the mic for 20 seconds and said you should have hit my inbox for this song, and I would not let my child listen to it.
Nah, it was quality content. I appreciate what he did. With his 20 seconds, he provided greatness.
Influence, brother. You gotta understand influence. I can't do it. I can't do it. I love you. Jesus loves you, but I can't do it. I can't do it.
Oh my
Oh
god.
man.
But no, he has a couple songs doing numbers, and they're all kind of the same type of melodic, boppy, however you guys want to put it, childish type sound. And
I would.
This is
I feel like
but
you gotta
I dig it in terms of some of the hooks he's put together, not necessarily on this song, but in general, I think he puts together really good hooks, and I think some of his songs are catchy and they are performing well. So
it
sounds quality.
The quality was there for sure, like 100%.
He could be on Teen Nick.
He could be on Teen Nick. Yeah, I can hear some 16-year-old girls in 10th grade driving to Starbucks and then heading to school bumping this. You feel me?
Very
like,
true. Very
like,
true.
Like this, I don't see. That's not a diss, bro. Like you just have to be honest with yourself about what the song was. I didn't think the song was horrible. I do agree with Sheridan in that the song sounded way better in comparison to what he played previously.
Yeah.
Feel me? So
Yeah,
I was
you beat my song. So.
I was initially rocking.
well,
with
like, so my thing with this was I was really impressed with like the quality, because I had never really heard of this dude until this weekend. Something he had posted popped up on my timeline. I was like, let me check out some of his music. I threw this track on, and I think it's catchy. I kind of like it.
Definitely is catchy.
I'll never
But
listen
in listening to it
again.
this time with you guys and thinking about it, the first thing I thought of was like, dang, this reminds me a lot of that Friday song right now. So, at that point, I was like, maybe I picked the wrong song to play for bro. Like, that might have been my bad. But
you told me to listen to his album this weekend, right?
yes.
Facts. I didn't get a chance to listen to the album yet.
Is this a single? I'm assuming it's a single.
Yeah, this is one of the tracks off his project.
Bro, honestly, if he promotes it in the right market, it can go. It can go for sure.
That's all I'm saying. It's not for me at all. But if he promotes this in the right market, you just got to be honest about what the fuck your market is. Because some people don't want to market kids. You feel me? But if you do that, if you market to the teenage group, even some young adults, I could see the right college bumping this. Not any college that I would go to.
The Midwest, bro. That's why I was digging it.
Right.
It's the Midwest influences are rubbing off on me.
He said not any college that I would.
Dang. I mean, it's pop. You know what I'm saying? It's pop at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, when we got somebody like Jake Daniels that just doesn't miss and hits home runs every time.
Nah, I don't know, bro. I'm not hating. I'm just saying, you know.
You're not hating. I'm just saying, like, I could see a clear difference between somebody like this and somebody that I think, not just you, there's other cats like Process. He just dropped the album.
For sure.
Industry standard tracks like that are more so my lane that even go to pop alleys sometimes. That's all I'm saying. Right. Is that like you can tell the difference in maturity between a lot of the tracks that come out in this one.
I want to hear the rest of the track now, man. You said there's like a whole half of it that we didn't listen to? Dang.
It's all right. That's okay.
He's I'm not playing it.
We got Ant's track. Whenever I got to cut it off early, I know it's time to keep it pushing. So what you got, Ant?
I can't even remember how long this track is, but I know it's somewhere between 1.5 minutes and 4 minutes. So we Gucci. It's by the Future Legends, you feel me? A new collective that is predominantly based in Elmira, right? It's QG, 03 Costa, Sha Rax, and I can't remember the other person on this song. Maybe that's all of them, but I feel like there's one more. This shit came out recently. Zakai shot the video for it.
Yeah, he's right this time. It was Zakai.
Oh, yeah, I'm right this time. You know, I did my research. So we gonna let this rock and see how y'all feel about it.
Facts. And the visuals on this are really great too, so make sure you check those out on YouTube because Zakai fucking killed it.
They shot some of that in Ithaca on the same block that...
I stay with the rappers and drop it to rob. If you try to take up and you won't make it far, get high in the space, coupe and go to mine. They got hit in that shit from the back of a car. You can feel with her right cause you know I'm a star. She got ass from the front, I can see it by far down. She wanna fuck us way up now. From a nigga 03, I been getting money since 03. On Oak Street, had the OZs for the low niggas. Fuck the police. Niggas up all night getting no sleep. Cause niggas be eavesdropping. Best believe police watch. I'm detox, I need at least 3 hours. Niggas go broke, tryna impress these hoes. When he should've played broke, try to test these hoes. All my friends dead and gone. Somebody better go check his pole. Stay on point like a decimal. Some niggas don't let shit go. Running your crib, shooting your shit up. Niggas hitting your neck and throat. I stay with the rappers and drop it to rob. If you try to take up and you won't make it far, get high in the space, coupe and go to mine. They got hit in that shit from the back of a car. You can feel with her right cause you know I'm a star. She got ass from the front, I can see it by far down. She wanna fuck us way out of grind, ain't no second chance. Demons want my life, tryna shake my hand. They say they love you, but they ain't your friend. Stuffing long nights, no food in the fridge. This is pain music, yeah, I've been through that. Smile in your face, stabbing on your back. This is real life, ain't no second chances. I ain't stopping till I buy my mama on me. Always grew up different, tryna move too fast. Never came in first, but I was never last. Had a different vision, I was always get through. To the ones who hated, it's another laugh. I ain't gotta flex, and I ain't gotta brag. 2020 vision, ain't no looking back. For all the times I was dedicated, that was motivation. Now I'm in my bag. I stay with the rappers and drop it to rob. If you try to take up and you won't make it far, get high in the space, coupe and go to mine. They got hit in that shit from the back of a car. You can feel with her right cause you know I'm a star. She got ass from the front, I can see it by far down. We do not my kids a rundown. She wanna fuck us with. I was like 15 playing with 40s, that's half of me. Little bro, me, you ain't never had a lick for me. Trunk on the ass, had him running like athlete. Came from poverty, I ain't never had Applebee's. Anybody close, I call you family. Tryna play me out, I get you blamed. They tryna blame me, shooters, blame his action. My little bro got to get you back to me. Fucking the money, I'm getting it back, and we fucking them little bitty hoes. I got the B on the bottom, that Balenciaga, you know I make stepping Dior. Stretch that bad me, I make go to the floor. And it ain't look pretty when she on the floor. Nah, she nah. Standing up and that bitch giving head in the floor.
That was the Future Legends. I really like that track, honestly. I'm not super familiar with necessarily any of them. I know of 03 Costa and Sha Rax. I've listened to a couple of their tracks in the past, but I'm not super up on what they've got going on. This was really, really impressive for me. I really, really like this track.
I'm telling you, they got a really good unit in Elmira. They got a lot of individual artists that are doing a lot of good things. Shout out the scene that y'all have over there, because I've been admiring it from afar for a long time. And now it's good to see OGs as well as younger cats doing it. And it seems like they're all clicking up and at least trying to link up together. You feel me? I see many different collabs, and it's often shot by Zakai. And it normally is the younger cats. I've met a few of them. You feel me? I've chopped it up. But this is one of the tracks that has came out that I actually fuck with. I think I could critique it, and if I did have to critique it, it would be, I just think excessive use of auto-tune at certain parts, and maybe if somebody mixed it better, it wouldn't stick out as much, because I think vocally they do a great job. I love how they go back and forth and tone switches from like aggressive to laid back. I think 03 Costa snapped on this. It's one of my favorite performances that he's had in any of the songs that he's dropped. I listen to everything he drops. Same with Sha Rax, just to keep up to date with them, because I actually fuck with them. 03, the way he just chilled on this chorus and didn't try to do too much vocally, and go crazy in range. I think the way he just floated on it was really dope. How do you feel about it, Sheridan? Jake?
I want to hear what Jake says.
Okay.
I want to hear what Jake says first.
All right, so Sha Rax, one of my, actually, bro, I'm not even gonna lie. I'll tell you the truth. Sha Rax is actually one of my favorite local artists, because homie does use autotune, but he uses it in a way that not a lot of people do. Like, if you listen to this track throughout the track and many tracks that he puts out, his ad libs are the ones in the background throughout the whole track, and he's putting like these singy kind of ad libs. And they're fire, bro. Like they're always fire in the background. I love how he does that, and his verses are always grab my attention with the melodies he picks. So shout out to Sha Rax. I thought his part was crazy. QG's part was also dope. QG, bro, I just have to say, like, for just coming in the music scene really and being like an OG of the scene in general, he's doing his thing, man. Like, to come in the scene and not have like really any experience, and then to make a song like this or like the other ones that he's working on, that takes some talent, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
I've heard some music that QG got in the vault, and I actually have a song with QG and Sha Rax.
Oh,
I get impressed every time I hear QG, because I don't expect it out of him. You feel me?
Right.
I think that he could always do better, but the lyrics are there, the flow is there, the melody is there. You can see, like, at the beginning what it could be if he keeps going and getting better and better. You feel me? Yep. Every time he gets on a track or I hear something from him, I'm like, wow, I did not expect this from you. And so if he keeps building on that, it'll be crazy.
Yeah, I think you could see the progression with him. It's just like constantly getting better. You know what I mean? Kind of like what we were talking about with Corey. It's just like a constant progression uphill. So I think they'll do great. The only thing that I will say, and don't hate me for this, but I actually hated the chorus. I'm not gonna lie to you. I liked the melody of the chorus, but I hated how it was offbeat. Like, I know that's a thing. I know that's like a thing, a style that a lot of people do, and it's very popular, right? But like, that just threw me off a little bit because the rest of the track was so fire. Like the rest of the track was so great put together. I loved the last verse. That last verse was super good because like of how he, you know, kind of went from the lower melody to the higher, really high melodies. I love that. So I don't know, bro. I just feel like it might have been just a not for me kind of thing because I didn't think it was bad. I just thought it was offbeat. That's all.
Man, I really fucked with the chorus. I like that choppy shit, but I understand how that's not appealing to everybody.
Right.
And I don't know if are you familiar with a bunch of O3 Coasters music?
I am, bro. And I don't really love his music, but I know he's talented and I know that the melodies are there and I know he'll go far too. Like
Yeah.
I know he's an artist, bro. Like
The
period.
artist, he's consistent. He's going city to city. He's trying to perform. You know, I almost booked him for a show out in Ithaca.
Yeah.
And I would have if COVID didn't happen. You feel me? Because I do respect his work ethic. I think he's building something for real, and he has a lot of potential. Me and Meech talk about him a decent amount out here. I think with the other music that I've heard from him, this chorus stood out to me for some reason. But I totally see, and it seemed like both of y'all also shook your head when he said that, as if you agreed with it. So maybe I'm the minority on this one. You feel me? Maybe I'm the lone wolf.
I honestly, so I'm just gonna be that guy. I didn't love that song, and I thought it was better than the last two songs.
Sheridan's just gonna shit on every song today.
Nah, I mean it was better than. It was definitely better. It wasn't trash. Like all those artists are talented. I like music from all those artists, especially Shot Racks. I just personally like that type of song is just not something I'm ever gonna like want to just like listen to, and it's not because it's bad. It's just not really for me. I agree about the chorus. Not even. I mean, yeah, about it being offbeat. Sometimes I like offbeat stuff. But I also did, like, the melody was just very, like, generic to me. But otherwise, like, they had good lyrics in there. They flowed on it. Like, it just wasn't, like, my type of music. Well, what isn't something I'm going to listen to.
I hear that. I'd love to see more collabs like this, though, coming from all areas in upstate. Just different artists.
Yeah, no, I agree. I love artists working together.
Well, and that's the thing I want to talk about on this one is, like, they all came together and each brought it in a way that none of them brought it down. Like, none of them brought the quality in this down.
True.
Sometimes I've heard a couple of different, like, posse cut time situations where artists have linked up and one or two artists haven't sounded as good as the other artist, and it's just it kind of brings the whole song down. When they do it effectively like this, it elevates everybody. So because I'm now interested in hearing music from all three of them because I think they all did really well. I like the track. So
I wanted to ask y'all though, like a question about this Future Legends thing. Like, do you guys think that from a marketing standpoint that the Future Legends like collective is a good idea? I'm curious.
It's tough for me to say because I think that Dim 136 has been very successful as a collective. And I think that they've helped each other because each one brings something to the table that maybe the other ones don't. I'm not totally sure that's what's going on in Future Legends. It just seems like maybe artists that are all really good and working together and are friends, but I don't know that there's one that can do this and one that can do that. But I'm just not familiar with them, so I don't totally know. If it is that type of situation, I think so. So I think it's a good idea.
I got to preface this with I know everybody in the collective, so I don't want anybody to be offended in any way, shape, or form. I think being in a collective is beneficial if everybody's going to hold their own weight and push each other to newer heights. I don't like the name Future Legends. I think marketing yourself as Future Legends in a collective, that's just a picky thing with me. I think there could have been a better name, but it's probably inspiring to the community and whatever they have going behind it. I think they all have their own little flavor, but also sound similar enough to where it makes sense for them to be somewhat of a collective. You feel me? They started during COVID essentially, so they haven't been able to go out the way they might if they weren't under such situations. They're still going out and performing, you feel me, doing house parties and shit, going different cities, shooting music videos, making tracks. And so I'm interested to see where it goes. I don't have any issue with the collective as a whole, and I think it could even be good for them to a certain extent. But just from a picky individual standpoint, I really don't like the name Future Legends. I think they could have made something more enticing.
I respect that. What do you think, Sheridan?
I don't know them well enough to make a really educated opinion on it. I agree. I don't dislike the name as much as Anthony. I definitely don't love it. But I personally would never do, like, I would never get involved in the collective.
I was
like
gonna
that,
say
just
though
'cause
before
that's
you
not how
started
I am.
talking, you're a lone wolf, so you're gonna be kind of
Yeah.
anti that collective situation anyway.
No,
So.
like but I love Dim 136. Like
Mhm.
I support but I know that they work. So I'm just, like I said, I don't know
It
them,
honestly
so I don't know
took
how
me.
they work together.
It took me this year of Dim doing so well together for me to truly believe in that as a collective. And that's not to say I didn't believe in them a year ago, but I just it wasn't total, like, I didn't think they could do what they've done, to be honest. And they've kind of shown the framework for how it should be done if you're working together as a local collective, where they haven't gotten in each other's way. There really hasn't been any drama, a ton of drama. Then they've all helped elevate each other, and so they've done it the right way. But a year ago, I was like, you guys are adding 2 more guys to your group. Like, I was very like questioning it. But in the last year with what they've done, I would say I was dead ass wrong a year ago. So
No, I hear that for sure. Like, the only thing that I'm saying is, like, if I'm going through a Spotify playlist and I see the name Future Legends, I probably wouldn't be too eager to click on it. You feel me?
Yeah, you're right.
I see these guys, I know them, and I know what they're all capable of. I fuck with all of them on a music standpoint. That's the only thing that I'm saying. From a marketing standpoint, Future Legends might not be. I don't know. That's just my thing. I'm part of it. Somebody could look at Smacked Records and be like, that sounds weird as hell. I don't want to listen to that. I don't know. I love it. So I know I'm a little.
But you don't drop songs on, like, it's not like under the artist names, but it's like under Smack, but it's not like.
I plan to. I plan to.
Oh, you do?
I mean, I can't speak for the whole collective, and I'm not gonna drop solo Anthony Cannon shit under Smack Records unless we get that established. But I plan to drop some collective music with the peers that I have in Smack under some new probably artists.
That would be cool.
Smack Records,
Yeah.
you feel me?
The only reason I asked all you that question is because, like, I was just on a phone call with QG the other day, and bro, like, honestly, I really think it's crazy. I think the opposite. I think they could do something with it. I really like I just know how he moves as a leader, and I've seen him do amazing things. So it's like, I really feel like he can lead them forward. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Do I feel as though in the long run, like, someone like Chirac should be in a collective and not a solo artist? No, because
limit yourself to only group work. Unless
right.
Even Outkast, as great as they were, we never got an Andre solo project, but even they were trying to do their own thing for a little bit. You feel me? Yeah. I think what you're talking about, Chirac he has insane amount of talent, and he's been killing it for a long time. And I think he's the only one besides T. Melly who's affiliated with them. I'm not sure if he's in Future Legends or not, but that controls his own sound. Right. Chirac has that benefit to him. You feel me? And I don't know QG enough to talk about his character besides for what I see on social media. It seems like he's constantly inspiring people, trying to get them to live a better lifestyle. I don't know what his connects are in the music industry, or if you're just alluding to his leadership, natural talent. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I think he just has that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that when I talked about the name, it's not that I don't think they can't do anything. I think they could reach some crazy heights because they're all individually that talented. That was just like a nitpicky thing for me. But
got you.
If they have somebody that you trust, like QG, I can't speak for him in terms of what he could bring for them. If you think that he could take them to newer heights, I think it would totally benefit them to be in a collective like that, at least right now, if they can maintain their individual grind.
Right.
Yeah, and I think a year from now, kind of similar to Dim, we could be looking back on it and being like, damn, that was a great idea. So
Facts.
we'll have to wait and see. But I think so far it's worked out for them.
A
So
great idea
yeah.
so far. It already has worked out for them. They've made great music. They've gotten new fans, and they're doing shows. Whether I'm not doing shows right now because of the pandemic.
Nah, me neither.
I'm not knocking them. I hope they're not spreading COVID. As soon as somebody catches COVID, I'm laughing. I'm letting it be known right now because stupid niggas should not be outside doing shows right now. But it is for the collective they're doing. It has built them so far. They've established themselves. And it's only going to catapult them when everything opens up, when they can actually get booked by a venue. Because music like that, whether you like it or not, Sheridan, it will turn a club up if it's.
No, yeah, I agree.
So we've ran through all the topics. We kept Jake for a couple hours. Jake, you want to let people know where they can find you on social media, find your new music, all that good stuff?
Yeah, it's basically like Jake Daniels on everything besides Instagram. It's Jake Daniels MUS because some fashion dude stole Jake Daniels' handle. So I'm a little tight about it, but I look better than him, so it's all good. But nah, everything else like Spotify, you can just type in Jake Daniels. I'm always the first one. So it's like, YouTube. Again, there's a fashion dude, but he don't matter. So
man, Jake, I just want to thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you, bro.
Such a great conversation, and give you your flowers right now because I think you genuinely are pioneering and motivating people to reach new heights every day. People that aren't even in your genre of music, like me and other people out here. I show them your music, or some people even show me your music. I'm like, I know that guy. Like, you feel me? Like, you're making them want to be a better artist, a more successful artist. And I'm sure you're nowhere near where you want to be. You're still grinding, but I just want to let you know it's motivating, it's inspiring, and I'm happy for you.
Yeah, that means a lot, bro. I appreciate that. For real.
Facts, bro. Thanks for coming on and kicking some of this wisdom for everybody, too.
Yeah, man, of course.
And what you got coming?
Man, Cartel, the video's still doing numbers. We're not slowing down. I'm trying to get to 20K before the end of the year. If we do that, it'll be nuts.
It's happening, bro. I'm telling you.
Zakai just sent me a new video back today, essentially, and my God, talk 03 Coasters in it. He was my right-hand man. He's not on the song, but it's going to be probably my first single that I'm letting go for my project. I just asked people on Instagram whether they want it before the year's over or if they want it early 2021. So I'm still deciding whether I want to do that, but everything's locked and loaded. Got the cover art, track list, the final masters, the promotional arts, you feel me? I just scripted a new video for the project. I just want to make sure the videos are there to go back to back. That's the only thing I was waiting on. And now that I got something in my hands that I can let go, if people want it before the year's over, I'll let it go. So Anthony Cannon on all streaming platforms. Make sure to go stream Cartel, add it to your library. It's produced by Jake Daniels himself. You feel me? That's the first of many tracks that we have together, and I'm glad so.
Were you just throwing hands, Sheridan? You were throwing hands for him? You were throwing hands for him.
Boxing match, bro.
Yeah, son, you better watch out.
Thumbs up and it went bad.
You better watch
it. I saw him smiling. I was like, this motherfucker's about to say something smart.
What you got coming, Sheridan, besides that boxing match?
Nothing. I'm just working. I'm working on music. I'm not dropping anything for the rest of the year. Sorry if you wanted something, but you're not getting.
Hey, come on.
Holding out.
Nah, there might be. Cosmo might drop something. He might decide to drop something, but it won't be any of my nothing that it's like.
We should do an unreleased episode where y'all just play like 1 or 2 tracks of some stuff you ain't dropping this year, but we could hype it up that way.
Yeah, I'll let the clip go. Just let me know. I'm ready.
I won't, but
I'll come on here and play all their unreleased tracks.
Oh,
I have like
there
all
we go.
of them, bro.
We'll just do an episode with Jake.
I got a session on the 20th, Jake, that I was talking to Zay about it before, and I'm gonna record some of the beats. I just wrote to like a couple of the beats in the folder. I rewrote some shit because I feel differently than I did a couple months ago, and I feel confident about it. We about to go on the pod. I'm about to start swinging in the air. You feel me?
Oh, shit. All right, let me wrap this up then. I want to shout out 2021 for
Everything.
Sheridan. I want to shout out again the sponsors for Live From Your Timeline 2. That's going to be on November 28th. Shout out Ray Alvarez, Wedding Photography. They do more than just wedding photography, though, so make sure you hit them up. They do some real great work. Nico Nefaris does some really dope music videos. Y'all should definitely hit him up. And Fuck Next Week gives some really great merchandise. I talked about them last week and said the wrong name, but we got it right this week. Fuck Next Week. They're going to be giving away some merch during Live From Your Timeline, so that's going to be fun. So I'm really excited to have some dope sponsors associated with this and do some real cool shit. So make sure you have some time on November 28th. That's going to be a Saturday night, about 7 p.m. We're going to start. Be a lot of fun. So make sure you guys tune in. We're going to play a little bit of Chicken Spot and get out of here. Jake, thanks again for coming in with us.
You got it.
Hey yo, I pulled up to the chicken spot, got a 6-piece, one biscuit and a stupid watch. Don't make me pull the biscuit out, the shit get stupid watch. Since when they sell Rolex at a BB spots? Goddamn man, I could never tell you. I ain't rolling with no fucking tools, but we come and drill you. Two styrofoam cups up, we gon' come and spill you in the bill.